Today, lining with closure for this basket. Some context here. I got this for an open style kitchen we have, and I want to put some of my baking stuff in it, but I don't want it to be always open air. So I want to make some linings, some bags that I can close, so nothing gets dirty or dusty, even though you can wash it before you use it. But I don't want the mess, the visual mess of it either. So I'm going to make some lining bags that are going to be stuck to the sides, so I don't see anything and I can close it. So if you, like me, don't find everything you like in the shops, here's your channel. We saw about anything, so don't forget to subscribe, like, hype and everything, and that way you don't miss anything. And I'll see you on Instagram as well. After cutting my pattern, I'm going to start by sewing the side and adding top stitching. So I can then sew the base and add on top a canal to insert a ribbon. What do you need apart from the baskets you want to line up? Some fabric. I'm going to reuse this one. I've been doing it for a while, which is quite good. And some Velcro, apart from thread, needles, your sewing machine, all of that. I'm not quite sure if the Velcro thing is going to work. I want to put it here on the sides. Let's see. If it doesn't, I can always sew it to the sides so it doesn't move. Well, and you might think, I wanted to make something like this, but my basket is not the same as Irene's basket. It doesn't matter. The concept is the same. Your basket can be oval, round, square. Look at mine. It's not even... the bottom, the base looks square, but it's not really, because then it comes up all at once, coming round. So it's a weird shape. I'm going to make a bottom and then a side that comes up, and that's the bit that's going to have a cord or a tape, so I can split it down. I can gather it and it closes. So don't think you cannot do it just because of the shape, because the concept can be applied into any shape. So now I'm going to measure the contour of it, which is massive. It's funny how it's square at the bottom and then it comes up to a circle. 118 centimeters. And for the side, I'm going to measure how high it is, which is only 21. And then I'm going to measure the radius. So it is 39 centimeters. So I can close it. Y de aquí pasamos aquí. Perfecto. And another thing that you can simply do if you don't want to be tracing patterns is just to trace your pattern on its own, like the basket, just trace it all around and that's it. And that way you're not messing with patterns, or maybe you don't need to keep them. So that's another idea. And one thing I'm going to do is, even though the base is quite square, I'm going to round it to make it a bit rounder, so I don't have any problems sewing a circle on top, of course. That's more fabric for other stuff. That's the fabric for other stuff. Well, this is only 2 pieces of fabric. It's a simple project. And what I'm going to start doing is closing the side one. So I'm going to sew it right sides together. In my case, it's just black. So right sides together, and then I'm going to hem it. I'm going to fold to the sides and top stitch. Why? Because it has to be nice as well on the inside, so we can, we're not afraid of taking things in and out, and it doesn't fray, because if not, we're going to end up just breaking it with time. So it's important that the inners are nice as well. And now when sewing the base to the side, I'm going to leave quite a bit more seam allowance on the side bit, because I want to hem it like a flat felt seam. I'm going to fold it on top of the other one and then sew on top, so that way it doesn't fray and you don't have any problems. And here it is. Even the corners look nice. That's why I rounded them a little bit, so it wasn't as difficult, because the top is a circle. But if you have a square basket, what you can do is like when you're when you're wrapping a present, that you fold the sides, the same concept. But it looks really good. So now the top. And around the top, what I'm going to do is simply a double hem that I'm going to leave open a little bit, so I can put my safety pin in with the tape. And that little bit I'm going to hem first, so it doesn't fray either. These things are quite handy to have. I've used them in plastic projects, and they're still there. For my son's toys, some bags I made, and they are really good and sturdy. So just it's good to have. And now is the time of putting the tape in the little canal we left with a safety pin, which in Spanish is an unloosable pin, which is really fun in my opinion. So just through the little hole we left, and then I'm going to say to secure the other end with a pin in case it goes flying inside and you have to start again, which is not very fun. So just like that, I'm going to And this is how they look. It's just what I wanted them to be. Can you see anything, or is it just a black circle? I'm not sure. So let me know down in the comments what you thought. I just look at the light. If you like this idea, if you think you can do it at home, and don't forget to subscribe and like and do the bell thing, everything, so you don't miss anything, and that way we can get to more people who like sewing and making the most of their stuff. So I'll see you around. Bye.